Alright, here we are in Estero Bay. We're going to do a little bit of a walk through to the Nomad. Got the anchor roller up front, which I replaced temporarily with a starboard replacement. It's getting kind of rotten, so it's going to have to be replaced, maybe with teak or something down the road. I get some time to do that. There's our bimini top, which is a beach umbrella. Works really well, and you can just take it down and store it away. So when storms come and whatnot, don't have to worry about that. Here's Estero Bay. Once home to the Calusa Empire, somewhat maybe around 4,000 years ago, till the Spaniards came and killed them all. This is a little spot we call Andrea's Island. Just a little protection around the mangrove islands. Get a little breeze. It's about 94 degrees today, so every little bit of breeze is appreciated. Go into the pilot house. It's the chart table and the helm. Came with some Garmin electronics that work pretty well. The depth finder has a through hull, which is basically below the forward cockpit. The boat had been total derelict when it was gotten by the guy before us, perhaps even sunk. He had a friend of his who was a cabinet maker redo the interior. Did a nice job. but mostly used, you know, pine and plywoods. In the galley, he put in a double sink, which you don't see on Nomads very often. I believe he was a chef. He owned a restaurant, so he would take his family out, which I think was a family of 6, and they would cruise in the boat, and he would make meals. Underneath where we have all our day gear here is a 2-burner stove, and there's a fridge, which is a 12-volt / 120. A lot of storage underneath the chart table. We'll head to the salon. Stop at the head here. So the head has a shower, and the head, it's not huge, but it's good enough. We use wag bags for day trips. They're easy. Underneath the settee on the starboard side is a couple bladder tanks. One is a holding tank for the head, gray water, which is I think 10 gallons, and behind that is a water bladder, which is 15 gallons. This side is the double berth. It came with a much bigger dinette table, pretty huge actually, so I made a little one just so we had plenty of room on day trips. In the stern cockpit, we have my lovely first mate. There was no onboard fuel tank when I got it, so that must have been destroyed. I don't know what happened to that, but I use a 3 for a day tank, and we've got other tanks we can use for longer trips. Got the 25 horse Yamaha high thrust. Came with you know, they all had Honda 50s, pretty much all of them, which worked okay, except it was constantly overheating. There was a broken piece of the impeller that was stuck in the system, and no matter who we paid to fix it that said they fixed it, they never fixed it. So just replaced that. But that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a great little boat. Lots of fun. Can get into pretty skinny water. I think we're in 4 feet right now. But we float in a little over 1 foot. When the depth finder reads 1 foot, we're caressing the bottom. But we can get into places where most folks can't get, which is nice. So it's a great little boat. We need to do some cleaning, but every time we come to use it, we want to use it. But we'll get to a cleanup here pretty soon. And that's that. Well, someone asked how the boat handles. And for one thing, it's a Sharpie hull, so the hull is flat. It's got a little bit of a keel on it. You do have to baby the wheel. And you can't just walk away from the helm because it is an outboard. But other than that, it handles pretty well. Got to keep an eye on it. A lot of people with the Nomads have the ring around the lower unit, around the propeller, which they say makes it handle better. This one has something similar. It's not the ring, but it's a couple wings. It's not the planing wing, but they're these stainless wings. And they help it handle better, handles better in reverse, and handles better overall. They just bolt to the cavitation plates. But this is about your average cruising speed, 5.7 knots. It's definitely not a blue water boat. You're not going to be crossing any oceans. But of course it wasn't designed for that. But certainly for South Florida, it's perfect. Basically, it's a coastal cruiser. That's what it's designed for, and that's what it does best.